You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
Welcome. Another episode of the Footy Fantasy Show. Before I say anything or introduce our guest, I'm going to tell everyone to pause. If you're watching this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show. We hit 1K today. It was yesterday, maybe yesterday. And today's our 1K celebration show. Thanks for all the support. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Okay, let me introduce the guest before we do our cheers. Chuki from Daily Mank. Welcome. It's been, a month, 2 months for your last on?
Yeah, well, thanks for the invite. It's glad to be here. So yuck it up, you guys.
Yeah. Today, I always like our international break pods because I always get to bring all the tacticals. Right. Coaches and tacticals. Coach Yemi, how's it going? Onana, also known as Onana, aka Onana. This guy looks like Onana. Let's just call it straight. This your haircut is Onana style. We have to call you that.
Okay, do I look like Onana?
I didn't think about it. I cannot see it.
Very careful, man.
I cannot see it now.
The haircuts, you know.
You're fine.
Thank you
very much. Thank you guys for having me.
I mean, let's do a little cheers for 1K subscribers. It's been a long time coming. This has been going on. You know, we're going slowly like snails, but we're there. So now we're road to 145K. So cheers to 1K subscribers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone. Thank you. What's everybody drinking? Me, I'm drinking ginger juice, you know, keeping it PG.
Mine is actually like all the juices. Mango, pineapple, it's like tangerine. It's good.
Me, I'm on juice smoothie. I'm on that smoothie time, man.
Well, what therapy I said I've been in here.
Last says it. You see, you look like Onana, Coach. He says you look like Onana.
I don't know what I've done to this guy. Every time I know him. Me and him, he's my very good friend.
He's your good friend.
He's good friend or good people, man. Good people.
Let's jump right in. International break vibes. I always like it because I feel like this is the time we can have all the topical discussions, all the Twitter argument debates, you know, backlist man, different ones. I came up with a couple. I feel like this season has been a weird season.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like the table is in flux, in my opinion, right now. Like we all know, like Nottingham Forest, I'm not going to finish third, you know. So we know. So this is one of those seasons where it's probably going to get to the halfway mark before the table looks like how it's supposed to be. Because normally I always say 10 games, but not this season. This season is so much in flux that I think until we get to match the 20, that's when we now say, okay, this is how the table will probably start looking like. You know, I think so at least. That's my opinion.
I think 20 is too far though. I get with you with the uncultured start, but when people say uncultured start, they're really just saying that the traditional big ones are lagging somewhere and maybe they're asleep at cell and they will wake up at some time. But you can't discredit what's going on with the games with the international break. Uh-huh. The volume of game doesn't guarantee that people will get out of this club. It just means that they'll be stretched for resources. So I think 20 is a lot. I think maybe 15 or so. You know, at that point you should clearly anyone that's there just there.
Okay, that's fair. Talking about that now, which player? I guess Chuki, which player has surprised you so far this season? I mean, it could be two, it could be more than one player. Okay. Whether good or bad, you know.
Are you talking about United only or just in general?
Just anywhere, just in general. Europe, the whole of Europe. You don't have to limit it to just United.
Okay, just locally, like my local team United, I think Mazraoui is really surprised me as far as just how complete he is. super complete. That he's coming in. I don't think he was really a starter at Bayern. I think it's Bayern he came from, and that just. I mean, it's depressing to think about it. That's the player who like, yeah, get out. You're not going to get games here. So depth, like that team, Bayern obviously they pack players, like the Chelsea of Germany, and they just have depth. For that, if that's a throwaway player, man, and we've had good luck with other maybe what's the German player that came in that was older? Schweinsteiger, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Other than him, we really had good luck. Even with Owen Hargreaves, who was kind of hurt for quite a bit, that was like injury prone.
Yeah.
We have a few good seasons with it. So I think Mazraoui for the other teams, I would say I think the lad that plays for West Ham. Is it West Ham? Who's the guy that scores all the late goals?
John Duran.
Duran. Who does he play for?
Villa.
We mixed those two up with Villa. He surprised me.
Oh yeah.
To be that kind of modern, kind of social, kind of get on the field and just give him 15 minutes and do something. It's hard to do in the Premier League to just just show up. Alvarez that left City was kind of same way. He found his way to Atletico Madrid. For Duran, I will see he'll probably have the same arc. Someone's going to think that that guy's too good not to take a gamble on.
I can see that happen. You're correct. Very good. I can see that happen. Before we go to Yemi, Ola says congrats on 1K, more to come. Thanks, Ola. Hey, you're part of the team. We keep pushing. Ola also says surprise on the Liverpool front. Gravenberg. Yeah, I agree.
Correctamundo.
It's been like top 3, in my opinion, central midfielder. So far, still early days. So far, he's been. Yemi, who's your surprise so far this season?
So basically, I did it for my 2 teams. Manchester United, you got the name, it's Mazraoui. I had a conversation with our very close friend, Itata. Itata was the one that was banging on the Mazraoui thing. Him, Itata he's like me, a fan of 0% ballers.
Yeah.
I mean, Mazraoui came, immediately he came, I knew that it was just a solid player.
You have to say completely 0% GMO.
0% GMO, 0%. 0% GMO, brother. No, but listen, when you see him, I watched him at the Nations Cup, and then Itata was the one that was heavy on me to watch him. I watched him at the Nations Cup, and I saw a guy there was no technical flow in his game. Can't go anywhere, like left, right, wherever you put him. He had to play at left back because listen, there's this guy Hakimi that played on the right back, so he had to play, and he really did well. He did well for his country. So I mean, listen, that has been said. No, but now it's going to my second team. Baka, 2 players have actually blown me away.
Okay.
Their centre back, Pau Kubasi, 17-year-old. That dude reminds me of Rio Ferdinand with tech and calmness on the ball, but he has the aggression of like a Yapstam. Can't be phased.
That's big praises right there.
Watch him play with the aggression of a Yamstam, but a Rolls Royce as a defender. This dude is stinkingly good. To a point where at 17, they didn't have plans for him to start. Barca was looking at buying centre backs until him and Martinez came and listen, Flick was like, nah, player, I don't think we need any centre back. But that's good. And then the second person is Magdison Casado, DM.
Okay, yeah.
Casado, DM. Now he's 20, 21-ish. Mark Benial was supposed to be like the DM. He was the one they called the next Busquets until he ruptured his ACL. Yeah. So he's gone. So Mark Casado came and people were not really, really big on him. But now both guys have been called into the Spanish national team, 17 and 21. And Cansado is bossing the Spanish league and even in Europe. untouchable. He's like a younger Casemiro, very young Casemiro, occupy grounds, but he's much more technically savvy on the ball compared to Casemiro. Those two guys are really dominating it right now. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him in the El Clasico and versus Bayern. Yeah, I was really impressed. Very, very impressed. I was like, wow, this kid is good. I mean, but Barcelona, for all their troubles, just to add a small little context, it feels like them having the issues where they cannot buy players. Really, it was a blessing in disguise. Think about it now, because yeah, these kids that have come through their La Masia, ridiculous. My own choices actually is for good. That surprised me so far is Chris Wood. Like the amount of goals he's scoring, because I know he had this like purple patch when he was, where was he then before he moved to Newcastle? He played somewhere, I can't remember, then moved to
Not
Newcastle.
Forest.
He's in Forest now. There was somewhere he was before. I'm saying he's had this purple patch thing before.
What was like Burnley or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, Burnley. Yeah, you're right.
Burnley.
They moved to Newcastle and it was a big flop, But he's been really good. The different type of goals, right? Strikers goal, headers, fox in the box, shooting from outside the box. I'm like, wow, is this Chris Wood? All of a sudden at 33 or so, 34, turning back the clock. But yeah, and for bad, that's really shocked me the most. Actually, it's so Destiny Udogi.
Spurs?
Saw Udogi.
Okay.
I thought like this kid is going to be like the next what's the name of that Spurs guy? Danny Rose. He was so good. He was very impressive last season. I'm like, this kid is paid for international team. This season when I watch him defensively, I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? Like I've been surprised by his stats. He has been really bad. The games I watch of Spurs, he's been bad defensively. Always making one mistake or the other. Maybe it's the whole high line thing. Anytime Van der Ven is not playing. I don't know, but he's been bad. Every time I watch him, defensively especially, he's been bad.
Yeah, be careful of players in their second season. After good, like Cucurella, the same thing. It's like sometimes people figure you out, or you're just that adrenaline of just joining the league. You're super excited, top league, blah blah. So, I play a lot of games. I wouldn't. Udogi last season, he caught my eye.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, this guy is solid, but for club and country, so he could be just a dip. Like I think he has too much going for him to just kind of fall off the cliff. So I think it might just be bad for.
That's why it's
and one more thing, though, if I can say, you can also look at it this way: their whole defensive line is not really doing well.
Yeah.
Their whole defensive line is not doing well, and then they've still not settled on that DM position. So it's easy for you to just run through them, and then because their midfield is not that solid yet. So I can see why he's doing not so great, because I can't sing because they are different. Apart from this guy Van der Ven, everybody else has just been.
That's a good point, and didn't really just very focused on anything defensive anyway. So you're just open circuits over there when it comes to defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's ridiculous, and he's just a ridiculous manager. It's like
it's very entertaining though. The press loves him.
I've not seen anybody that fluctuates so much from winning, from being, because when they're on fire, the other day they blew Aston Villa out of the water, right? They came to Old Trafford, blew us out of the water. They fluctuate from looking like, wow, this team probably need, they fluctuate so much from a team that looks like they need one or two players, right? To start challenging.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you see them the following week and they're like, whoa.
When they are good, they are really good.
Correct. Yeah.
And when they suck,
they're really bad.
Reminds me of you an Australian Bielsa kind of to me.
Don't bring that name, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe some of the intricacies in there.
Oh no, I have some respect, man. I put some respect.
I'm just saying. I mean, he's exciting to watch. He's very attack oriented. He likes to stick or die. He doesn't do stick or twist. He just sticks all the time. But defensively, he needs. He needs to take the American model and get a defensive coordinator or something if he's gonna just someone that knows what they're doing.
Maybe some coaches actually need that. Get a defensive or attacking coordinator.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Last time I agree with Iron Chris Wood. Actually typed his name, but Liverpool bias maybe put Gravenberg first. Hello. Yep. Okay. Let's move on. It should be a quick show today. Real Madrid, the team everybody loves, apart from me, loves and worships. I guess the context for this is when I watch Real Madrid, it almost feels like yes, Mbappe. When you can get Mbappe, you get Mbappe. Come on, duh. But then you have to look at the context of the team that you have and what the needs are. And I'm not saying getting Mbappe was what that messed them up. It's not just Mbappe, right? They have had a lot of defensive injuries. They've lost Militao, lost Alaba. I think who did they lose again? They lost their right back, Carvajal. They've had like terrible defensive injuries. So let's caveat that. But apart from that, just attacking wise, something is not clicking, right? So that's the context why I say that's why I said Madrid created a problem that did not need solving.
Mm.
What are your thoughts?
Me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Like, reminds me of when we got Ronaldo in, and on paper, you're just chasing vanity, right? I think the owner of Madrid likes this project to have a certain aura around it, right? And that aura is always getting the marquee of the marquee of the marquee players out there, right, in football to join. But everybody's going to try to join Real Madrid because you're 80% sure that you're probably going to lift the double ears. Going from Mbappe, like you said, is they were answering a question that was never asked. Right? They are asking a question. And I don't know why you do it when you have Vinny there, not fully elevated, but trying to, like, in my head, if Mbappe doesn't join, Vinny has a better chance of even getting that Ballon d'Or. Right? But you have Vinny, you have Rodrigo, you don't have to have like another like prime. You're not going to play with a traditional 9, looks like, anyway, because Mbappe is not even a 9. He's more like a Rashford, Garnacho. And I'm not trying to be abusive, or I'm just trying to do what the profile, the similarity of profile when it comes to maybe like a club of Manchester United. I think Mbappe going in there also dragging this out for like 3 seasons or so. It's almost like a Sancho situation where there's all these expectations are now building and melding, whether they make sense or not. Yeah. He goes in there now, and not only does he not have a real place to play, because Mbappe is never a 9, even he's just never a 9. Now he's gone in and he's unsettling the front line of Real Madrid, where he had Rodrigo, who was a staple. He's now maybe looking more like an outsider now, right? Now the primary function up front, where Vinny is usually the thrust of it. Everybody plays for Vinny. Yep. Now, who are they playing for? Are they playing for Vinny? Are they trying to get Mbappe scored? It's just too much tension. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It's just too much chaos. Same thing with Ronaldo. Mbappe is not going to work as hard as Vinny's going to work, or as Rodrigo is going to work. Same thing when Ronaldo came to Manchester United. Yes, we know you're the guy, but you're not going to work like Bruno's going to work. Or that ends there, I guess, at United.
Cavani worked. Rashford worked.
Yeah, Rashford worked at times.
Martial worked when he was not on an independent contractor contract.
Exactly, to be fair. So again, the way you framed it already is kind of biased, because you've already kind of refused the question with the answer. Yeah, I don't want to ask for it, except people that wanted this glamour siding that people wanted to romanticize about and wanted to happen. And he said he's probably dreaming that this is the best team in the world when it comes to my ambition to winning the Champions League. I think he should go somewhere else.
True.
Okay. Devin?
You went on the personal like this, and let me go back. There's a lot of things that are missing with this team, and it's not just Mbappe coming there just screwed up Real Madrid as a soccer team. Everything mainly from like the midfield. So now we had a chance where you had Jude Bellingham, playing as a false 9,
Mhm.
or guy that. So now that Mbappe came, guess what? You have to push Jude Bellingham back because you're not going to play Jude Bellingham on the right. It's almost useless there. You had Rodrigo there, and Rodrigo played from the right. He's not really a right-sided guy. He actually plays from the left. But man, they accommodated him on the right. So now, because this Mbappe came, you have to work out the balance of the team up front. Mbappe is not going to press. It doesn't make the runs that a 9 should. Mbappe runs this in towards the ball. It's just like an hurricane. It's like you have an hurricane. Hurricane will run this in towards the ball. He's not going to hit those channels. He's going to hit those channels when he knows that he is on the ball. Mbappe will run when he's on the ball. When he's not on the ball, he's not running. So now you are now going into the place of Vinny. But like one thing that everybody has said, but nobody has said something is Real Madrid really misses Kroos.
They do.
And one thing that Kroos gives them is balance. Kroos is that midfielder that can encourage a player like Mbappe to make those runs. Because Kroos is that guy that can supply those balls. So like now, if you don't want to, but you know that Kroos is at the back, Kroos knows how to control the tempo of the game and navigate traffic. So when you're seeing Kroos, sometimes he's on the ball, he's saying, you move, you stay, you move. So now if Mbappe knows that he has a midfielder that can find him, even if he makes those runs, that's fine. The absence of Kroos has further screwed up that midfield. So now man, you are seeing different combinations. Injuries or no injuries, you are seeing Kamavinga, Chouameni, Valverde, Adogola, people just trying. And then I don't think that it's a coaching thing because no matter the coach you bring in, you still have to fix not just the striking. The midfield is not clicking because they are missing that guy. And then we can't count on Modric because Modric is dissipated. He's like our moderator will call Casemiro, Paris Usempic. Our Sempic Modric. So man, we can't count on him. So listen, most of the midfielders they have are workman-like players, but are good. So now what can you do with Mbappe? And I think that the owners of Real Madrid actually highly underestimated the effect that Mbappe will have actually on the balance of the team and on the balance of like a Vinicius, because almost everybody in that attacking lineup is actually very, very frustrated. Jude Bellingham is clearly showing his frustration.
Yeah.
Vinicius is clearly showing his frustration. Rodrigo, before this, he messed up his leg, was clearly showing his frustration. Vini was showing his frustration. Now, if your 4 forwards are showing their frustration, imagine what the midfielders are thinking and the defenders. So, like, there's a lot of stuff that is actually wrong. But with Mbappe coming in, who is not the right striker they needed, he just blew everything wide open.
Yeah, those are good points. I think, and that point is, maybe we are, being too much in a rush, and they might figure it out, second half of the season. Who knows? Maybe. But I do think though they should have gotten like a central forward, like a Benzema type profile. That's what they should have gone for. For balance.
They had one last season. He was coming off Oselu. They had Oselu last season. Oselu performed that job well. But he also performed. So this, whenever they needed a striker, they'll push Jude Bellingham back, or they'll just play Oselu, Jude Bellingham, Vini, and But the problem there is this: when you have a guy like Mbappe, you having Vinicius, there's nothing you can do because players have their tendencies. A player has his own tendency. If his tendency, it's like you're playing Rashford as a 9, and you now have Vini as a 9. They'll all be occupying the same position because their tendency is, man, I gotta go that left. So that's why, like, a lot of times you see Vini Mbappe or occupying the same line, and that's why Henry did a very, very great job by actually showing those runs that this Mbappe is like supposed to be making. Maybe this Mbappe thought that, man, if I come, maybe Vini can play as a 9. But clearly, Vini don't want to play as a 9 because he's not a 9. So now it's, listen.
But you can't make Mbappe do. You can't make a player, especially at that age, at this part of development, to play, in a manner that he's not accustomed to. Yeah. Like playing 9 is not something you can pick up.
Yeah, but also
it's like a whole different
system. We're talking about Mbappe. How about Vini? Vini is the king of Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
He is not. You're not going to come now and say, "Hey, Vinny, man, you've been doing a great job, Ballon d'Or winner, whatever, from the left." Because Mbappe comes, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play you as a 9, and we're going to push Mbappe to the left. You can't do that because now that's the guy that carried you to championships and this in Champions League. You can't go and they say, "Man, because this guy is coming, we're going to push you." No.
But Mbappe will do a similar job. You know, he will do a similar job. So that's the issue. They double stacked in the era where they didn't really need that.
And they are double stacked with high
marquee players.
Marquee,
like it doesn't make any sense. No one does it. You always have your marquee player and the person that's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
For balance, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's happy.
Yeah.
If that person if the marquee player gets injured, the player that's happy to be there has the opportunity to show the good. Whatever the case
it's not a coaching thing for me because I don't see any coach you bring in there that can sort that out. I don't.
Oh no, there's nothing solved there except you just change the entire formation.
You just have to leave because I don't see Mbappe. On my medicine, Thierry actually said it that I do not see Mbappe playing as a 9. Are you going to convince Vinicius to play as a 9? I don't know.
That's sacrifice, right? Because this reminds me of like when they got Ronaldo, right, from United, and Benzema was there. And Benzema always says it, right? Benzema had to do the sack. And of course, Benzema at that time was a kid. He's not the Benzema of now, right? He was a kid. He wasn't well known. So he sacrificed. He's not actually make the runs. He was like a space provider. He will make the run to so that Ronaldo can come inside centrally. Because Ronaldo starts runs from the left and coming, So, and that's how Mbappe likes to play. But you're right. Vinicius is not going to do that.
They probably should have gone for like a 9, like a Haaland or
if they are watching a Haaland, it would have been perfect for them.
Yeah.
A team that I felt that this guy could have gone to and really done well, in my opinion. In as much as they have players, that if he had gone there, the players there would have made the transition. Either he makes transition or he bounce. Was probably a team like Liverpool or Arsenal. If Mbappe goes to Arsenal, the road is clear. He can play from the left, Martinelli. Either you play from the bench. They'll manufacture another position for you. If he goes to Liverpool, it's Mbappe. Mbappe, David Luiz, Nunes, Gakpo. They are stuck there, but because Mbappe
he's a striker. They have the same. They don't really need Mbappe.
Yeah. I'm just saying a place where he can go, and in as much as they have effective players there, Mbappe is probably just going to be like the shot caller. Everybody, you just have to move them. But here, man, in Real Madrid, it's just like where there's Messi. You're not going to bring somebody else that plays from the right. They're going to play. Brother, what are you going to do? So, yeah.
Let's take comments. A guy comment says, that magic attack is more unbalanced than an effed up DBL. That's why today is a Sunday,
That's why we don't go church today. You pray today. You don't pray today.
It's a PG show, okay? It was Mbappe needs to find a way to play that 9 successfully. End of.
It's easily said than done. Easier said.
Yeah, I was going to say
if Deschamps couldn't get him to do that, Deschamps tried. But Mbappe also said that because he didn't have a player like this guy, or Pogba behind him. So those runs, when he makes it, nobody can make it. So that's why I was talking to a friend. Imagine if Real Madrid actually gets a player like Pogba. Would Mbappe now be encouraged to make those runs because he knows that Pogba can find him?
The old Pogba, you mean the old Pogba?
Brother, the old Pogba, this new Pogba. If Pogba gets in there, those long range things that Casemiro does.
Yeah, assuming that he has the same level of fitness. Let's not assume that. That's just
one more thing. If you have Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, the legs around you, you can. Nobody's asking you to play 90 minutes. But it may be Mbappe. You know that in Mbappe's head, it's only Pogba that can, because he actually said it. He said it openly that there's no Pogba that will giving him those passes so he cannot run. So maybe if Pogba comes to Real Madrid, Pogba is there, man, I'll play 9. Let me not be making those runs. Never know.
Fair enough. Kaiser says, Coach, let me calm down. Mbappe may be Arsenal level player. Hey,
no verse.
This dial, by the way, don't let the Arsenal fans come for you. You know how they are.
Mbappe no be Arsenal level player. What does it mean? Is Mbappe higher than the Arsenal level? Or
I didn't say that. What do you think?
I don't know. It's my difference. I'm trying to understand. Is Arsenal higher than Mbappe? I don't know.
Because you know them, you know, after fans, they start DM me abuse. I don't want to start saying
DM Ayo.
Send all responses to Yemi.
No, I'm not social media. Sorry.
I'll give them.
What club should Mbappe should? What club should he have gone to? You guys think?
I already said it.
If he had to leave PSG, which I don't really think he had to, but oh well.
How about Bayern Munich?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich could have been a very good place for him. And then with the way that Harry Kane drops, it would have been perfect for him. Bayern Munich would have been a very good.
Yeah, that market would be too dull for him, I think.
People
are using Bayern. The people use that market to get out of, like, that's their stepping stone to bigger, more exciting markets. I know.
Yes.
I'm not saying they play nonsense football. Like,
You know where.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No. How about look at it this way? How about look at it?
Where should have gone?
Huh?
Manchester City.
Manchester City, of course, but they would not.
He won't go to Manchester City because
of
man, this thing is ego stuff, man. They're already comparing you with Haaland, man. Why do you do that?
We're talking of tactically fit, right? Because
A tactical.
Man City.
Yeah. I can see it working instead of
on the left and not.
Yeah, because they don't have a market.
Yeah.
Sorry for the Grealish and fans.
So that's why I said that Bayern, because Bayern would have worked perfect for him.
He will not go to that market. Market is under.
Hold on. They'll win champions. They'll win the league easily.
Doesn't matter.
Champions League, they are there.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah, he might even take the Champions League. But that league, that market is. Look, Bayern just hired. What's his name? Who's the coach? Burnley coach.
Company.
Yeah, he's the head of his class. Exactly. Company. Yeah. Before that, there's something going on in football economics where Germany is not even with Bayern Leverkusen, doing this very very glitzy record, like record-breaking season, is the value of the market. So look at who is. Not every player. Most players will go to Germany. But a player at Mbappe's level, Vini's level, they're staying away from German market. It's undercooked.
So where did they go? If they don't go, they're already at the.
You go to the EPL, and I said it is probably Man City, but with all the
is that not set down anyway? No. I'm not. No. So take away Man City.
Okay.
You're already at Real Madrid, where almost every player wants to go. Real Madrid, Barcelona.
You're talking about he's already moved that. Where can he move from Real Madrid? I'm talking from PSG, where he left PSG, where he should have gone
to Madrid. PSG to Madrid, you're already at the top.
Okay.
So when you fast forward to Man City, you're coming down.
Okay, he's already at Real Madrid. It's not going to work. They might do something not going to work. They're probably going to be stubborn and they're going to keep him for one more season. And it's not going to work. And if he stays there, it's going to be one or two things. He's going to stay there and people will just start leaving. Right? The people that are not, the equation is not working out for them, they'll look at the agent, oh yeah, let's go.
He's already been frowned out by the fans, though. The fans are not liking his efforts, man.
But
I don't know.
You know what you were getting. It's not that unknown quantity. You know what you're getting. Okay, so either Mbappe stays, or after the second 2 seasons and a half, then people are like, okay, let's do something. Let him go somewhere else. Like a Neymar situation, whatever the case might be. It's not going to be Saudi Arabia, one. So, what other market can he fit? Right? He's done. Even if he keeps on this trajectory, he's not going to go so low where he's invaluable. So he's not going to he's not going to Middle East. He's definitely not going to Germany. He's not going to Portugal, right? He's not going to
Premier League.
He will either go to EPL or Italy.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. So now listen, hold on to that thought.
Yeah.
Let me just throw this out there. Manchester United.
Should be. If all things, it can't be City because you have Doku, Grealish, they're nowhere near upper echelon. They are really, really good players at North. So
what do you do with Rashford?
Huh?
What do you do with Rashford? Who is the golden child, the face of the club?
Mbappe kills Rashford. Mbappe's Garnacho's baby. Everybody.
No, forget Garnacho. I'm saying what do you do? I'm saying what do you do with the face of the club, Rashford? The baby of the face.
If Mbappe comes, he'll be the face of the team.
Rashford will be kicked off the team.
Yeah, if Mbappe comes, he'll be the face of at Manchester United. Even though I know he will never choose Manchester United, I probably shouldn't. But I really don't care about if he comes to Manchester United. What I'm saying is that if he's sitting across from his agent, he's telling his agent, get me to England and get me a contract with a strong team there, or get me to a historical team in Italy.
Maybe like a Juve will work for him.
Someone that's already winning the title, or somebody that is that's in the top 3 to win the title.
So basically,
I don't see anywhere else.
So basically, Juve and the 2 Milan clubs.
Correct.
He'll work. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not going to Barcelona. He's never a Barcelona player. They probably don't make decisions based. No. Flick is never looking at Mbappe and saying, "Yeah, I think this good person."
After all those things they did with Griezmann and Dembele, they are not making that mistake.
Nope.
They're not. Yeah,
that makes sense. Let's take comments before we go to the next topic. Bolu, long-time friend of the show. Mbappe should have stayed where he was. Okay, no, I don't know. I think I skipped. First thing Bolu says, Mbappe is a ball pass. You can find Bolu.
Oh! Hey.
Bolu, you can find him on YouTube. DM me, ask my fans. Don't send abuses to me. Just send it to Bolu. because of Oga Kwame, I'll be taking abuses because he will show last night and run away from Facebook. Please don't DM me any more abuses.
Hold on. Look at this comment. Mbappe to Barca, Haaland to Madrid.
Okay, Dio says Mbappe to Barcelona, Haaland to Madrid.
Chucky, how do you see this working? Mbappe to Barca.
Nah, he's not. It's like all I water. It's all I water. Like look at Barcelona players. Look at the way. Like the way Barcelona pick players is not just they have a system, they have tactics, blah blah. It's also about profile. Mbappe is like, for them to have a player that does not do that much off the ball, right? You have to be Messi level.
But you don't even consider this because Madrid will never sell to Barcelona. Come on, guys. Let's see.
I'm just saying.
No. Let's just say that they can sell. Let's just say that they can sell. Chuki made a good point. If you look at these players that they have, I think they've learned a lot from the Griezmann Coutinho deal. That all those names. Now, everybody that they have with Flick, all of them work, bro. They are ball hungry. Like off the ball, they are like, it's more like the 6 seconds pep team that when you lose the ball, you better get that ball back in 6 seconds. Mm-hmm. That's why it's a player like De Jong will be the next player to leave because Humber ain't gonna get no playing time. Because when that Metro comes back, Gavi is back, Pedri is back. Pedri wants to play in the 8, not a 10. Gavi wants to play in the 8, not a 10. De Jong is not a 6, but he wants to play in the 8, not a 10. He does not want to play in the 6. So, man, I don't. And then you're not going to add Mbappe. Mbappe will just come there and just screw up all that team. He will not be superstar, paid all this money, and everybody will just be right.
Yeah. That's what we call stroke players. People that can just literally cause a stroke on one side of the field. you just the whole one, whatever side Barca puts Mbappe, that place. That's
where he gets the ball.
That stroke.
Lamine Yamal on the right should just go and be
the only pushback I have to that about this whole they've learned from Griezmann and Coutinho thing. The only slight pushback I have to that is that they just have financial problems. I don't think they learned anything. They just have financial problems.
No.
They actually did. All these guys. Yeah, I don't think they learned from. They have financial problems. They couldn't buy players. They ran into all these problems, but they had a lot of people coming out of the academy and they saw the opportunity and got a manager that could groom them.
Good point. Like they had during those times. The thing about it is, even Laporte came out and said that those deals were bad deals because it stifled what they had coming up. But also, you had to make a lot of sacrificial moves to accommodate those players. Griezmann was hard to accommodate. He was running in the same channels as Messi. there were times that him and Messi were in the same place.
I know. I'm not arguing that.
So listen, continue to the same from the left. So listen, they spent a lot of money on these players, and they're on big wages. But coming into the team, it made them just very, very not balanced. Messi doesn't give much right off the ball.
I'm not arguing that. I understand the tactics.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that idea that they have learned their lesson. I'm not too sure I agree with it, because the only reason that they all these youth players, right? They still wasn't last season. They still went Rafinha. They still went on the splurge and bought ready-made players. They still did
Yeah,
that.
but
Rafinha is not on the level of the Coutinho's, the Griezmann now. So that one is you can walk him in.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean, the guy came from Leeds now.
Yeah,
Leeds
he's not.
Barcelona. But I mean, you're humble. You're very humble. How many people make those moves?
Yeah.
You don't make those moves. When you're going to Barcelona, my brother, you're sitting down. Yes, daddy. You want me to play in defense? I'll play in defense, daddy.
Yeah.
Until things work out well for you.
Yeah.
But I do get your point.
I hear you, but you know, necessities
point,
also, people that do things out of necessities, it also teaches as well.
Yeah.
Rashford that you guys were talking about, the only reason why he's not because United love the academy so much. I mean, and United does love the academy so much, but he got an opportunity because there was a lot of injury. Same thing with Barca, because of budgetary issues, they had to find a different way of working around.
That's true.
Which is working for them. People see, the people are not crazy. They'll look at their ledger and say, "This is the model we're showing. Yes, we got success, but look at our account, look at our books. We didn't have surpluses. We're in debt, and we're begging players to take wage cuts, and it was just embarrassing."
Yeah.
Now you have a manager like Amy says that has other levers that they look for, which they know. Everybody knows that the academy they love the academy as well. So it's this kind of self-fulfilling. The PR is that our academy is the greatest. So every time we default to the academy, it looks like we're living our culture. But in truth, that we do like we like Galacticos as well. So it's all good.
Yeah. Let's take comments. Bolu said Mbappe should have stayed where he was. Ola says I'm here for the Arsenal Mbappe analysis. Popcorn munching. You guys know where to find Ola. I don't need to direct you. You know where to find him. Arsenal fans. Dio says Mbappe needs to play off a striker like Lewandowski. Vinicius plays off Haaland. Okay. Are they really dropping him from the French? Nah, that's him taking time off, and clearly it's him taking time off, and he literally will tell Deschamps, what to say. Nah.
Do you know who Deschamps is?
Nah, they're not dropping him.
No. All I'll tell you is Google Deschamps. Continue. Google.
Mbappe.
There's no not head cracker than Deschamps.
Mbappe will go and talk to the French president.
There's a constant
prime minister like this. Nah, it's not dropping him, please. Let's be serious here. It's not. They send your messages to Footy Fantasy. Hey, that account is not mine, so you can send it's going to the atmosphere. Okay, let's go into this one. This one was very interesting. I guess I'll give background for anybody that's not heard or people living under the rock about what happened. David Coote, a referee in the Premier League, was caught, I think, on a video calling Jurgen Klopp the C word on video, and I think that video got to, I think it was a night out, he was drunk, whatever. Someone recorded him. Video got to Premier League, has been suspended indefinitely. They're still reviewing him. Now, on confirmed reports, I have to say now, a second video on confirmed reports showed somebody sniffing some white powder. Unconfirmed report, allegedly. So we have to say it's allegedly. Allegedly, and that one too is being considered. They're investigating the video also. So I guess the reason why I talk about this is I've heard different debates around this. Some people are like, we should never coach, like you see, because people, the referees are the most hated, I think, officials in Premier League. Like when teams lose, people want to blame the referees, And I'll just say my own comments, because I want to start this time before anybody says my thoughts about it. First of all, I think a referee job is hard. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. I mean, I have my dear friend EJ who edits the videos, part of the team. She says, my mission is to work for the PGMOL in the future because I want to support the referees. I'm like, okay. I think the referee job is hard, right? I also think the standard referee in England is poor. Both things can happen, but I think their job is hard. And in my opinion, the whole ban the person totally, I think that's maybe too excessive, in my opinion. You can get like a 6-month ban. You can suspend for the rest of the season. For that. The first part, I don't know about the second one. The first thing that he was caught, because I can see why. And even when he comes back refereeing, he probably has to avoid Liverpool games, in my opinion. Because I can see the whole conspiracy theories that can come about if he referees the Liverpool game, especially like an important game, and so decision goes left, and they'll be like, oh, the Premier League knew that he hates Liverpool, da. Like, I can see how that's touchy. But those are my thoughts. I think he can get a suspension by the end of the season. But come on, people make just human beings, they can make mistakes. I think that's just my opinion about this. I don't think it's a grievous thing that's been done. Chuki, what are your thoughts?
I think the whole thing is just tribal. It's nonsense. I think it's fake outrage. It's fake outrage. I mean, and everybody works somewhere. I mean, if you're not working, kudos to you. If you're not collecting unemployment and not doing anything, you're working somewhere. And if you're working somewhere, you don't like everybody where you work. You might not like your boss. You might not like the person on the other team you're supposed to be coordinating with. Whatever the case might be, because we're all human beings and we all have an opinion, whether how shitty or how good or how bad that opinion is. We all have an opinion. You had an opinion about Klopp, which was nonsense. All these people, all these referees are actual people. They actually grew up. They actually support their teams. That's how they got into the sports. They actually hate, maybe they are the support teams that have really intense rivalry. What we look at is on the day when you're doing your job, are you doing your job professionally within the rules of the law, and that's it. Everything else about if you're the one sniffing the line, whatever powder that was, I mean, except you're going to start investigating every single player and every single employee that works with the EPL. So what are we talking about? So this line, but I get it. People don't want to feel that the person that is officiating their team has bias. Let me tell you, everybody has bias one way or the other, and that's why we have the fusion between people working and technology, and we have the debates. So whatever he talked about, what he said about Klopp, I don't obviously endorse that, but I don't think that affects his ability to do his job. Just 100%. If he had a video saying that, hey, when I get so riled up, I just I advise the referee, when I'm refereeing, I give cards to players based on who I like and who I hate. Then that's a whole different thing. Just saying your opinion about a manager that maybe for whatever the reason you don't like that manager, to me is fake. It's just fake outrage.
Just to clarify, I think Ola posted this. I didn't know this actually, but good for 10 this. Ola said not an issue that he called Klopp the C word, but he added German in front of it, which makes it xenophobic. That's why FA got involved.
Most of England is xenophobic, Ola. Sorry. Xenophobia is right everywhere. Why do you think Pogba gets abused? Why do you think Rashford gets abused? It's racism. I'm not saying it's only that. I'm just saying it's part of the soup when you come to Europe. We're in an era of people want to be isolationists. Basically, there's a big fight against globalists. Like this, we're a big melting pot, blah, blah, blah. England is like that. Unite the same way, Indians versus the Qatar people. It's like we don't want people that are Qatar. Why? Because we don't care, because they're a different culture, and we don't want them, taking control of one of the biggest assets, probably in the world, next to Real Madrid and the rest of them. So it's just xenophobia isn't a reason. Everybody carries some xenophobia in that culture, right? The issue is, how does it affect him doing his job? Football people, some of the chants are very, very, immoral.
Yeah,
they drink their beer and they chant it out. I mean, that's all. At the end of the week, we need to really get away from our being over emotional about the human state of things. Human state of things sometimes are good and sometimes are terrible. Human beings can be capable of both.
Sure. Okay. Before I come to Yemi, Dyer says, I think this is overblown. Most of them are fans before players, before they become coaches and refs. It's natural to not like some coaches. I don't like Mourinho, and if I become a ref, okay. Ola says, for me, Coote is just a symptom. The disease is Howard Webb.
Howard Webb.
Under his leadership, PGML has regressed massively. He needs to go. That has been my main stance for ages. Okay. Howard Webb. Wow, interesting. That's different. Dyer says, sorry. You can always dig my post insulting Mourinho. What matters is him doing his job fairly without his bias coming in. Like expecting journalists not to have bias against certain politicians. Interesting. I guess responding to Chucky, they are not paid to have bias.
Oh my God.
Coote had repeatedly showed he wasn't a good ref. Many bad decisions against many teams, including non-penalty against United recently. Was it?
They are paid not to have bias. I don't think that's why they're paid. We can check their contracts. Yeah, I'm sure they're not paid not to have. I'm sure that's not the.
It was the West Ham. It was the West Ham game that he didn't give.
Oh, he was the ref there. He was ref there.
Okay. I'm not saying he's bad.
I'm
not saying he's a good referee, Ola. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is recognize that everybody has a bias, and anybody paying anybody to get rid of that bias, I have a bridge to sell you, right? It doesn't work that way. It's not transactional. What we're looking for is do we have proof that underlying balance is affecting and impacting their ability to do their work in a professional manner? If there's evidence to that, that's fine. If there's not, just saying the person has bias isn't enough.
Okay. Oga comment says the issue should be whether his bias against Klopp and Liverpool materially affected how your
position. Kind of what I just said, right?
There's no substantial evidence of that. Give him a minor punishment and move on.
Yep, okay. I agree.
Great conversation. Yemi, what are your thoughts before we?
I'm with you on both of you guys' points. Now, listen about the whole sniffing cook. If that is what he's doing, allegedly, if that happens, then he needs to be punished for that. You can't do that, at least in front of everybody. But like the whole hate and stuff, they can just can't do that. If you're openly doing that, and then your friend recorded you need to go and meet that friend and slap the mess out of that friend.
I think that's the biggest takeaway of this entire thing here is that he needs to get better friends, even for the first video.
Whoever recorded those 2 videos, whoever recorded
his friend that recorded that.
I think so.
What I heard was somebody in the bar. That's what I heard. Okay, maybe it's
I heard someone he knows. I don't know. Who knows?
He has to be somebody he knows. Nobody's just going to come there and be doing. So I'm just saying that at the end of the day, he says some bad things about Klopp. Klopp is a legend of the league. Not just he's a legend of the league. He's a legend of Liverpool. So if this EPL wants to hey man, as a ref, as a legend, you can't be talking about and then do your thing. You punish him. But now. So I'm not really big on that because man, listen, hey man, if this happens, look at what happened to Rashford. Rashford on his off day went to New York to go watch basketball game and they destroyed it. Racism, everything, everywhere. Nobody's making noise about that one. So I beg, let him. If you want to punish him, but let him come back and do his job. It's just like you said. If it's not affecting his day-to-day work. And affecting anything, then you can't punish him. Guy, you can't have, if he needs to go to rehab, if he's dealing with that stuff, then go to rehab, sort yourself out. And I mean, it's not a big deal to me, to be honest with you. So I'm not making
same here.
I'm not making it a topic.
Let's take it.
It's not because it's Klopp or Liverpool.
If it was a Burnley coach now, nobody.
I'm not saying I don't have to say
coach, you have to go talk about Stoke. Who's going to say anything about it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. If you beat sniff what you want to sleep, allegedly or not, you are reffing the nest.
Exactly. Klopp is a legend, just like Yemi said. So it's not like, Liverpool, you're like, nah, this is just it looks like a storm in the teacup.
Okay, fair.
It feels like it.
Dio says you can't pay people not to have bias. You're just wasting money. They can suppress their bias. Ola, can you be paid to like Everton? Okay. Good angle. Ola is a stubborn guy. Ola, my friend, very stubborn. When it comes to arguing, he likes the last word in. So let's let Ola have the last word. He said,
that's why when he talks like that.
I'm waiting for Ola likes to have the last word in. He could die there. Okay, Ola says, okay, so refs are paid to have bias. Officiating is a different kind of job. They're expected to have a level of integrity. Okay, good. Of course, United fans will say there isn't evidence of Coote always being biased against Liverpool, when there are at least 4 major incidents. Wow, tribalism would always come into it, Ola. Okay.
My guy, every human being is expected to function with optimal level of this integrity, be it if you're a ref or a player. So I don't. Ola, you are right.
You'll be okay.
Ola, you know, don't say okay.
For Ola and somebody else, maybe Chiki, maybe EJ, and they just go at it. You know, and they make a case. You know, you'll make a case.
No. I'm not making no. You should
No,
go.
I didn't have time to think about it.
Ola and this Buchi together. Let them just go. I'll watch those for 2 hours.
Ola said it's not about having the last word. I'll stop that thing. I'm like, okay. Let's go to this part, the final part. Since we don't have kudos of donkeys, because nobody's watching international games. Let's be serious. I don't watch it. Maybe you guys do. I don't watch it. It's bad. I don't. So the reason why I came up with this topic when I found out, the 3 of us on this show are United fans, and the whole back 3 has been, the thing everybody has been talking about. He's coming to play back 3. He beat, because, allegedly, according to opposition fan, when he beat Sporting, when Sporting Lisbon beat Pep, they say United fans were celebrating. I think say yes, he has his first victory. Why would we not celebrate? He's our coach. That is his first victory. So I wanted to do an all-time 11 United. I enjoyed, doing this actually. I put up my own story.
Is that 3-4-3? Okay.
Yes, 3-4-3. It's a 3-4-3. All-time Man United for a 3-4-3. Let's start with Coach Yemi, the tactical. Before we go to Yemi, hold that thought. Ola said, I see all of you don't like arguing, laughing my ass off. We do, but there's some people that have special passion. Ola,
Hey man, there are levels to this.
You have a special passion, and it's not a bad thing, by the way. It's not criticism. Don't take it as criticism. It's not.
Is he a lawyer?
No, I don't. Ola is not a lawyer.
Chinese man.
Comments are a lawyer in the house. Okay, let's go. Let's go. 6 minutes. I want us to finish this by 1 hour 10, so that EJ doesn't cut my head off. Yemi, you start.
This is a tough one, but man, this is my list. Van der Sar is my goalkeeper. Is a ball-playing goalkeeper, catch everything.
Is it?
Yeah, Van der Sar, yeah. Yeah, he's a ball-playing goalkeeper.
I think I've watched you.
All I say, Google.
Go ahead.
And then my 3 centre-backs, weird. My center back, the one in the middle, Yapstam.
Okay.
On the left,
Rio
Ferdinand. On the right, West Brown.
Left centre back, Rio Ferdinand?
Yeah, I just play him there.
Interesting.
And then my 2 wing backs will be Beckham on the right and Patrice Evra on the left.
Okay.
And my 2 central midfielders will be Roy Keane and Paul Scholes.
Okay.
And my 3 forward, let me just do the 3-4-2-1, right?
Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah. That's
and then behind them will be Ronaldo on the left of the front 2.
Okay.
And Rooney on the right. And my striker will be Van Nistelrooy. The reason I did that is simply because of me, tactical, whatever. Should the team want to switch from 3 at the back to 4 at the back? It's an easy switch. That's it.
Okay. See, this is not really sounding correct. This whole 3 at the
back. I've seen Beckham play there for AC Milan once as a wing back just towards the end of the game.
Because the 3 at the back doesn't mean hold on, the coach. Because the 3 at the back doesn't mean you have to have wing backs.
No. I just did that.
Okay.
And so everybody there.
Roger that. Let's say, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. There's nothing to interrupt. Yeah. That's my list.
Okay. Go ahead, Chiki.
So, I think keeper is either Schmeichel or Van der Sar. I think I'll go Schmeichel just because I have both of them. Because Yemi already put Van der Sar, so let's give love to Schmeichel. And I mean, people might think DG De Gea is really good at shot stopping, but in a 3, I think you need to be a little bit more flexible with your distribution as well, because you don't have enough people cheering for you.
Very true. Very true.
Versus the 4. Okay, so let's do that. The 3 already makes it just stupid, right? It's just stupid because if you go to tactically, now everything matters.
Correct. It does.
The left-sided
Center back.
My son just got pushed back into like a 3 system in his team, which I don't think is that he's playing like LCB, LB. I don't know what that guy is doing, but whatever. Right? But he's left-footed, so that's what you need. You want your left-sided CB or LB, right, to be left-footed. The other thing that complicates it is if you decide to have wing backs in front of them, that's fine, right? That creates its own different issue. But if you don't, then that LB now has to be a person that is comfortable also vacating and going vertically, right? And then the 2 people left have to talk, or the one or the DM has to come back and be a halfback. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a reason why we don't use that at United. It's a lot. Okay.
We're gonna start using that at United, so get used to it, bro.
It's a lot.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah. But we used that against Arsenal, like a shit one, and we beat them well. I think Fergie did that. Okay. So
looking for trouble.
Okay, so I'll say, so what I say all this to say this, all the tactical things you throw it out the window. Mine is Vidic.
Yeah.
Right? Mine is Vidic. I have Ferdinand.
Okay.
On the other side.
As the right center back, right?
Yes.
Right center back. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your left center back?
Vidic. I started with Vidic.
Okay.
Left. Ferdinand on the other side. In the middle is Blanc.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that coming. You madman. I saw that coming. Blanc was that. It was either Stamp or Blanc. But good.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah, but I'll choose Blanc just because it's 3. If it was 4, maybe Stamp as a shout. Yeah, Blanc. Okay. Now, my 4, I'm not going wing backs.
Okay.
You sure team?
Interesting.
I'm going traditional, hardworking midfielders. Right? On the left, I have Giggs.
Okay.
Right? That's 4. I have Giggs. Right next to him, I have his brother in Christ, Scholes. Right? In the middle is kind of a popular choice, but I have it there because we need someone. The first 2 work hard. This person works just as hard. Team. On the other side, pretty boy, hard worker, Beckham.
My J.
Right? So that's the 4.
Okay.
Midfield. The idea is that Giggs can go forward and he can also go back and do a job. And so he's very shifty. He's a good dribbler.
He's your wing back.
Good. Yeah. Scholes.
He's your wing back.
Yeah. Well, it's not my wing back. No. Okay. If you're thinking about wing back, it's like saying Valencia was the wing back when he was he's not.
If you can contribute going forward, like you own that wing as a wing back, you continue going forward and you track back.
Then you can also work hard.
Correct.
Think about like Victor Moses.
Tracking back, wing back. Let's not get into. Let's not conflate things. Tracking back, wing back. Let's not conflate things, right? Then James was a midfielder, a wide midfielder that came into United and could work both. He wasn't a wing back. He was a hard-working midfielder, right? So we can have hard-working. This guy don't disrespect.
Man, don't confuse his list, man. Stop.
Okay.
Just let him finish.
Yeah. If I say Garabel, okay, Garabel is one person that was a wing back, and
okay.
All right. So in front, Rooney in the center. Yeah, I thought about Rod, but I was like, I need somebody that's able to play traditional and in the hole in that central piece. So I think Rooney for me.
Okay.
On his left, Ronaldo, CR7.
Okay.
On his right, I have to think about that a lot, but I settled on Eric Cantona.
Okay.
On that side. Someone that is able to also play in the middle, can drift central, and is okay playing in the wide areas. So that's it. So Ronaldo, Rooney, Cantona, Giggs, Scholes, Keane, Beckham, Vidic, Blanc, Ferdinand, and Schmeichel.
Okay, that's a good list. Let's take comments before they disappear. Dio says Michael, Rio, Vidic, Stam, Beckham, Keane, Scholes, Giggs, Ronaldo.
It's like my list, except Stam.
Yeah. It's very similar to yours.
Almost the same. Listen.
Okay, Newcastle fan. I have to add that before I say this comment, because that is it's ironic. A Newcastle fan trying to choose a recently relegated fan of Newcastle. Let's put that there. Smells like Manchester United division on this show. Okay, thank you, Raji. We appreciate it.
Hey, man, just tell him this: in those that live in glass house, they don't throw stones.
They don't trust us.
He shouldn't be talking now. He shouldn't.
Allah is trying to be funny, but it's okay. We take the comment. My all-time Man United 11: Taibi, Shaw, Maguire. Shaw is actually a good LCB center back. Maguire is actually a good center back, I think. Lindelof, Phil Neville. Okay. Raji says, what about Vidic? Somebody had Vidic already. My all-time Man United left team is in the trash where it belongs. Okay, Raji. We don't even bother to create an all-time 11 for you. How about that? Think about that, because you guys don't matter. Ola says Veron, Anderson, Eriksson. Wow, okay. That's the midfield for Ola. Anthony, Wego, Sanchez.
Oh, come on.
He said 3-4-3. Ola, I know you want to throw, but at least follow the instructions. 3-4-3. That's all I said.
Damn, man.
What's Raji saying? Look at analysis on Old Glory. At least we have Old Glory.
At least we have some form of glory. What glory do they have?
Tell him that Ashford says hi.
Actually, that Ashford says hi.
That Ashford says hi.
I love it. Okay, mine. So I wanted to stick to the old armor, but I learned from all the tacticals. Because I like to all the tacticals. You guys the tacticals. 3-4-3. Schmeichel is mine because I feel like he was kind of ball playing, but short stopping also matters. We know that it still matters. The center back, my middle is Yapstam, one-on-one defending. I think that's very important. Bringing out the ball and also one-on-one defending. Rio, of course, he has to be in there. I think probably the best ball playing EPL center back we've seen, or one of the best ever.
One of.
Rio to my right center back. Left center back, I'm going with Dennis Irwin for my left center back.
That's a very good shot.
Okay.
That's the place back for some games. They put that. I think his left.
That's a good call. That's a good shout.
Like Ten Hag always says, the angle of passing.
Oh my lord!
The angle of passing matters. You have to follow it. Ten Hag is
Let's get protractor.
The angles of passes you can take from your left is very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Let's continue. 3, that's my 3. So my 4, I'll go with my 2 middle is Roy Keane. Of course, you have to put King Roy, the best captain ever to play Premier League. Best Premier League captain ever, Roy Keane.
Objectively,
my opinion, my personal opinion.
Okay,
best captain, Roy Keane. Box to box, can carry, can pass. The second one, slight bias. I'm going to say that slight bias, but I think he can do it. I'll still put him there. Paul Labile Pogba, right? Because you need passing. In this system, you need deep passing. It's so
all time
under the press. You need
all time.
So Scholes can't give that passing.
I'll put it in there. And Scholes is still in this team. That's the funny thing. He's still in this team.
Oh, hey, man. My bad, dog.
Scholes is still in this team. Just relax. Scholes is still
That's
there.
a good shout. That's a good shout.
You need deep passing. You do.
I think Iron is going to be terrible. I don't see management in your future.
In modern day
Scholes
sport
and Pogba in the same team.
yes, you need deep passing. You
Yeah. I
I think
cannot.
Pogba leaves the team. Sorry, Scholes never went to any other club. In this instance, Scholes to leave United.
No. Scholes is still in this 11. But my point is this: you need deep passing under the press. You also
I
need
agree with you.
You also need someone that can carry the ball under the press.
I agree with you.
Carrying the ball.
But people that play together must like each other. At least, or respect each other. At least.
Let's not look at it. Let's talk about the profile.
Let's see your finish his list, please.
Profile.
Yeah.
I'm the
My
one.
wing backs. Let's go to wing backs. Can we go to wing backs? The
Okay,
best
go ahead.
winger, wing back, left wing on his own. Whether it's winger or wing back ever to play the Premier League, Ryan Giggs is my wing back.
Gotcha.
He's exceptional. It's going to create going forward. He's also hard work. He'll track back and do what needs to be done. On the right, also, the Spice Boy himself. You know, one of the best creative sevens of our time. You have to put David Becks there. You have to.
Okay.
He tracks back. He can create for you. The most important thing, a wing back, create all the perfect crosses, passes, and he tracks back. Now we go to the 2. Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes played, if just in case most people forgot, he played most of his career as a 10, crashing the box for United. It was the last 5 years that he dropped deeper into the midfield. Paul Scholes was a box crashing 10. That's why he played for so long under United. And that's my job. Paul Scholes is the one creating in that midfield for me. His job is creating there. So he's in the 2. The second one beside him, you have to put Ororo there. You know, you have to put him there. Cristiano Ronaldo, also known as no, I won't call him the nickname I gave him. Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll keep him.
What time is Ronaldo?
It's going to be the 210s, one or 210s.
Oh, you have 210s in yours. Okay.
Yeah, 210s. Yeah, because I'm following Amorim's template, right?
Okay.
I've watched our tactical videos, and I spoke to our coach, Yemi. You know, I'm following his template. He plays 210 inside 10s.
Okay.
And this he plays 210s all the time.
Tactical setting. I didn't watch it, but I've not watched one of his games before. I think I watched one. That was Champions League game. I'm going off tactical.
I'm being honest.
Hey, I'm not watching. I don't know what this man is going to do. I just know he has a great smile, and the tactical say he plays this 210. So I'm trying to follow the template.
Got you.
And of course, my striker is Rooney because of exactly what Chucky said. Rooney can run the channels. Rooney can drop in the hole, back to goal. He can set up people. He can link play. He can also play as the 9. You know, headers, everything. So yeah. That's my so my 11 is
really for you, though. I do have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
I'm shocked that this name didn't make it to your list. I'm shocked.
Who is that?
Like I am shocked.
Who is that?
Our Ebu skipper.
Who is that?
Bruno Fernandes.
No, it can't be an all-time 11.
All time?
No, it can't be.
If Pogba can make it.
Yeah, Pogba. Yeah,
if Pogba can make it. If Pogba can. No. Based on his point, I see what. Look, man,
you have to look at who the players are competing with, right?
Yeah.
You have to understand what that's how I chose this. Yeah, I have to understand what
so it was passing when this Pogba is very controversial. I like it because it's different.
No, it's a very, very good. No, it's a very, very good team.
But if it's just passing, is it just passing?
I think it's just passing. I said
what else?
I'm ball carrying. Ball carrying is very important.
Yeah,
you have to carry the ball through the press.
And then he's a press resistant.
That was not his thing.
He's a press resistant.
Okay, because I was about to ask you.
Carry. What is it carry?
Yeah, carry.
I thought of carry. He doesn't carry. That's the thing.
Yeah,
carry is very important in this role. It is.
Yeah.
This is a 4-2-3. There's no way Pogba gets him.
Okay.
Absolutely no way. So
no, it's a good team. It's a good
team. You know,
it's a good team. I like it. Your own pick too is very
good. I thought about this. Trust me, it took me 24 hours. I was thinking, I was canceling names. I was like, no. I thought about this very well. Because
I think everybody's team on here is actually a very, very good team. Is a team good enough to win the league right now?
It is. Chucky just doesn't call it a win back. That's my only pushback.
We should actually do a podcast.
Hold on. Let's talk about 2 seconds.
Okay.
And when you talk about win back, it's not just a function.
Yes.
It's a player profile. Okay, for example, someone like Marcelo, you think wing back.
Yeah.
Could he also be a midfielder?
Yeah.
He's that skilled. He's that skilled to be a midfielder. He really is.
Yeah.
You primarily think wing back.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Giggs, you can't think about Giggs and think wing back. You just can't.
This is what. Let me explain why you can't.
Yeah.
He has the engine. He always did.
He did the job, but he's not starting that deep anyway, right? A wing back does the entire.
The funny thing is though, you don't have to start that deep.
You don't have to start that deep.
Because
Okay, he's not going to come all the way back there, right? Every position.
When it's needed, you can. It's not needed every time. I'll give for example, right? Bayer Leverkusen, right? Frimpong.
Okay.
Frimpong is a wing back. Frimpong most of his contributions is heat map when they show it. It's mostly in the attacking third, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the main job. It depends on what your main job is, right? The wing backs in how the tacticals told us how Amorim wants to play. The wing backs, their job is mostly for creating, right? The 210s are just to feed strike, but the creativity from the wings comes from them. That's their job. That's their main job.
Gotcha.
I mean, they can drop back to help when it's required, but those two midfielders usually are the ones that their job primarily is to go wide.
They push quite high. They push quite high to be
but it doesn't make them back. That back is the second. Like everyone knows the football. I'm not trying to educate or being facetious. There's the wing and there's the back. There's the reason why they join those two words together. It's also a winger, right, or right wing. Right?
Okay, let's call them right wing, left wing. We can just call them that.
So if their underlying function is to defend, they're a wing back, right? If their primary defender that does creative actions in the final third, they're wing back.
Okay.
Ping pong, right? What's that Spanish guy that's now popular? That is really good at free kicks. My son loves the hell out of him.
Who does he play for?
Leverkusen as well.
Grimaldo?
On the side, left.
Grimaldo, okay.
100% rule back. Can he be a midfielder? Probably, but he's a wing back. Giggs, Beckham? Beckham's not a wing back. I don't care what the hell you're talking about. But I don't care how hard he works. I don't care if he tracks all the way back into the dressing room. He's not a wing back. It's just the way it is. Let's not confuse the term.
Hey, well, he's great. No, he's good. So right wing, left wing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right wing,
It's confusing, I know, because Valencia is a midfielder that went back just because he just didn't have enough.
Exactly. He was a right back.
Bill was the defender that went the other way because he had too much. So it's just the way it is.
Makes sense, man.
Come to the end of the show. Producer EJ is already pinging me that it's going too long. So come to the end of the show. This was fun. I always make sure I schedule, that I'm the one on international break. I've told all of them, they know that I do on purpose. So I can avoid all the smoke. Anytime United lose, and Bucci can go and take all the smoke. I can stay in the background. That's a lie. I was there when West Ham lost.
Before we leave, let me ask both of you, since, sorry, I don't make it dominated United, but how many games do you think Amorim is going to win before he gets his first draw loss?
I think he's going to lose the game in Emirates. So I think he'll lose that.
You think that's the first one he's going to have an issue?
Yeah, I think that's our third league game or fourth.
I think it's fourth.
Fourth, okay. I think
he had three quite.
I think we should go through Ipswich. Who's the next one? There's Ipswich.
It's a Europe game.
Ipswich, there's a European game. Then there's one other game. There's one other game. I think the other game is Tottenham in the League Cup.
It's not Tottenham, but hold on, I can say it right quick.
Anyways, I think that game, I think that's a battle of fire game against, because Arsenal have to find something and they will turn up against us, of course. And that time they'll be full team, right? Odegaard's back now. Yeah, I think that game they lose that game.
It's Everton. It's Switch.
Everton.
Some Wi-Fi name, Bodogle, I don't know. Everton.
Oh God! I
think that game. I think we'll lose at the end. I think that's a battle of fire game. Yeah, because they are struggling to get back in title race, so they'll come.
Yeah, the fourth game. So okay, cool. That's
I think we'll lose that game.
I'm happy about that.
Okay, we've come to the end of the show. Coach Yemi, this was fun. AKA Onana. I'm always going to call you Onana. You guys keep that. Dayo, thank you for giving us that nickname. I'm going to hold on to it. Anytime you come on the show, I'll call you Onana.
Whenever Dayo is, slide tackle. Honestly,
Thank you. It's always nice to have you on.
Likewise, thank you.
All right, man. Great job, everybody. It's cool.
All right. Thanks.
And thanks for having us.
Like, share, subscribe. We're out.
You're watching Footy Fantastic. You're watching Footy Fantastic. It is sure say the thing will reach your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantastic. You're watching Footy Fantastic. Footy Fantastic. It is sure say the thing will your football me, your football me. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to champion. eyes closed.